One, in order to film this video, I literally just pop socketed my phone onto my computer. So one, I am a fucking, like, I don't know. I'm an inventor, okay? And two, if anyone knows anything or has been on YouTube at all in the past, like, week and a half, you've seen Shane Dawson's Jake Paul series about him allegedly being a sociopath. And allegedly he is one. Not saying he is, not saying he is, and not trying to get sued. There's one thing I learned in school, allegedly. And I've been, like, following Shane Dawson for literally, like, since 2009. So I'm not like, oh my god, jumping on some bandwagon, like, trying to do whatever. Like, I've literally watched his videos since my brother first showed them to me. Back when I was in, like, middle school. But I was watching it, and I'm one person who has always said I was a narcissist. Like, I am so full of myself. I love myself. I'm in love with myself. I know I'm the best human being ever, blah, blah, blah. And then I started watching the series and hearing them talk about the traits of a sociopath, or the traits that someone who is a sociopath would have. And I'm like, okay, I have some of these, like, sociopathic traits. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, are these, like, traits that, like, a normal person, like, may have, like, one or two of these traits and it's whatever? Or am I, like, a high-functioning sociopath? Or do I have more sociopathic tendencies than one person should have? So I have a whole bunch of things, like, on here. I took a couple sociopath tests online. They either said that I was a sociopath or had sociopathic tendencies. None of them came back saying you are not a sociopath, so there's that. Thank you, Google, and thank you every test I had. But, like, some of them, I feel like I definitely do have sociopathic tendencies now that I've watched this. Because there's, like, things like, okay, people have, like, lack of emotions. And sometimes, like, I know what it feels like to love. I know what it feels like to be sad. Like, I know all those emotions. Like, I felt them before. But sometimes I'll be in a situation where I know I'm supposed to feel sad, but I don't feel sad. Like, let's say I'm with someone and it's like their dog died or something. Like, I'll know I'm supposed to feel sad, but, like, I won't feel sad about the fact that their dog just died. But, like, obviously I've been to, like, my own funerals and, like, my own dogs have passed away and I was, like, devastated by it. But when it comes to, I guess, empathy for other people, like, I suck in that field. Like, I don't have empathy for other people, only myself. Does that make me a narcissist or just a sociopath? I don't know. Plus, I've always been the type of person, especially in, like, relationships, I always say, like, I'm a cold-hearted bitch. Like, I don't have emotions. Like, before I even start dating people, like, when you're in the talking stage, I always let it be, like, I always make it known, like, I'm a cold-hearted bitch. Like, I don't have emotions. I don't show emotions. Like, I'm just, like, stone. Like, nothing. Like, fucking Medusa. And then, like, after we start dating, obviously you get into the relationship, like, I'll still reiterate that, like, say I'm a cold-hearted bitch, like, I don't have emotions, and they're always like, shut up, like, you're not a cold-hearted bitch, you have emotions. I'm like, but I am a cold-hearted bitch. So there's that. Like, do I just think I don't have emotions, or is it because I know that showing emotions, like showing you're sad or whatever, makes it known that you're weak and you never want to be weak in life, because then you're, like, lower on the totem pole or something? So is it like a pride thing where I have this thing where I always want to be better than someone else? Because I've always wanted to be better than everyone else. Like, I always have had that mentality, especially, like, when it came to school. I graduated college with a 3.93 GPA, which is, like, a pretty high GPA. And I feel like it wasn't like, oh, I graduated with a 3.93 because I'm so smart. I graduated with a 3.93 because I always studied and worked my ass off because I wanted to be better than everyone else, and I wanted to be that person who had a higher grade than their friend. Like, does that still make me a bitch and, like, a sociopath? Like, wanting to, like, be better than everyone else? Is that a sociopath? Is that narcissism? Side note, now I actually remember something in college. I remember, because I was always working so hard to get better grades than everyone else. I used to have these elaborate review sheets that were like 10 plus pages long. My friends would always want them because they know I always got good grades, because I always had these very comprehensive review sheets. And I would purposely not give my friends my review sheets because I knew their review sheets would suck. Therefore, me having a better review sheet and them having a shitty one or not having one at all would then mean I would get a higher grade than them. So that was basically like me working hard and then not giving my friends the review sheets to basically like sabotage their grades, so I would still have the better grade. What other sociopathic tendencies did I have? I'm a manipulator. I definitely will say I'm very good at manipulating. Another thing I've always said my entire life, like literally, I should get like any of my friends to vouch for me that I've said this before, or even like ex-boyfriends, is I am very good at manipulating people to get what I want. One thing I remember always saying is that since I'm the baby of the family, or at least with my parents, I was always good and I knew what to do, what to say, what emotions to show to get what I wanted. And like I always grew up getting what I wanted. So like I've always had that mentality in my mind that like I should always get what I want. I deserve everything that I want in life. So it's kind of made me like a master manipulator of doing what I want and getting what I want in order to get ahead in life. I've done things where I've pretended to cry or pretended to be more upset than I was in order to get what I wanted. So is that being a drama queen or is that being a sociopath? I don't know. What other things have I done? Anyone in my life, my friends, or people I've been in it's like a lot of this stuff is going to relate back to friends or relationships. They know that I put a lot of my life online, and a lot of my friends will are friends with me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. They may not be subscribed to my YouTube, but they'll like go on to my YouTube or whatever and like see some of the videos. So sometimes they are subscribed. Depending on what social media platform I know they follow, or I know they check the most, or I know they like the most photos, so I know they go on that social media platform a lot. Let's say something happens, something goes down, drama or whatever. I will go on the platform that I know they go to the most, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And I will purposely post a picture or make a video with a certain title knowing it'll catch their attention, or make a Facebook status knowing that they will see it in order to manipulate them and like get what I want. Like in the past, I will admit, like maybe like 4 years ago or something, I was dating this kid and we got into a like huge fight. We broke up. And I knew they followed my YouTube channel. So that like I was upset about the breakup. But I did make a YouTube video crying and posted it onto my YouTube channel, knowing that they would see the video, and then them seeing the video and knowing how upset I was and like, oh my god, like I love them, blah blah blah. I literally wasn't even in love with this kid when I was dating them. I knew them seeing that video would manipulate them in order for me to like get them back, and it did work. So there was that. And then with that same kid, after we broke up the second time, this was like fucking like 4 or 5 years ago. I was like a fucking bitch. Okay, maybe it's just me being a bitch or a sociopath. I don't know. I made a video and took like everything that they gave me, like cards, teddy bears, flowers. It was literally like 2 weeks after Valentine's Day, so I had like a solid amount of things still, like little gifts from them. And they were a nice kid. Like they got me flowers and a whole bunch of like little thingies. Because it was like a little fucking like, oh my god, like teenage romance, whatever. But I made a video on both of my, this is when I had Daniela Personal and Daniela Direct. So I had 2 YouTube channels. So I posted a video on each of the channels knowing that there was a better chance of them seeing it. And I ripped up all the cards. Like I still have the video. I cut the flowers in half. I took a scissor and I cut the head off of the teddy bear. And like made an entire video out of this, and like was just like being a total bitch in order to manipulate them, because I made the video purposely in order to get a rise out of them and a reaction and to make them pissed off and to purposely hurt them. So does that make me a sociopath? I don't know. Is that like manipulation, or I don't know. I include this, but when I did post those videos like ripping up the teddy bears and like cutting the fucking heads off, like really, Danielle? Okay, I'm a sociopath. I did get a text from them literally at like 7:30 in the morning the next day, and they're like, oh fuck you, we're never getting back together, you're such a bitch. And like I had already moved on. This was maybe only like a week and a half after the relationship. I had like found someone else and like was all gung-ho about them, and I'm like, they're like, you're never gonna find someone as good as me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, well, like I already moved on. And I knew I did it purposely to like piss them the fuck off, because like I didn't want to get back together because I had already like moved on. So like, who the fuck cuts a head off a teddy bear? But that's the same like as burning pictures, I think. Maybe. But one of the traits also with being a sociopath is taking a risk. And I really don't take risks a lot. Like, I'm like one of those people who very much like, what do you call it? Plays on the safe side of life. Like, my friends like, okay, let's see. Like, when it comes to like texting and driving, like I do not text and drive. Like, I don't trust myself. Some might be openly violent and aggressive. Others will cut you down verbally. Okay. I do say I have anger issues. I think I've said this like many times in videos. I know I have anger issues, so like there's that. And one of my friends, like my best friend ever in like the entire fucking world, they said that when we were like really close, like we literally were inseparable for like years straight, like 24/7 with them. And they told me that the way I treated them, like I emotionally abused them, and they were literally emotionally like scarred from me and the stuff I would say to them and the stuff I would do. So I guess I do cut people down verbally. Like, I want to say in like those 2 years with that person, like they emotionally fucked me up too. I don't want it to seem like, oh, it was just like all me. Like, I was like emotionally scarred as well from that. But like, this is no hate to them at all or anything, because like I still like love this person to death and I'll still have this person's back till the day I die. But like, I just want to make sure we're clear, it all wasn't on me that time. They also fucked me up as well. You show cruel disregard for other people's feelings. So yeah, I am like fucking like manipulative and emotionally abusive. Irresponsibility. No, I am pretty responsible when it comes to finances and social obligations. Like, if someone's like, be there at 12, I'm there at 11:45. Like, I'm always on time and stuff. So, the moral of this video, this is literally like 11 minutes now. To anyone who made it to the end, write down, comment below, say, I can't think of anything to say. So, be like, oh my god, I made it to the end of the video. But yeah, so I guess the moral of the story is like, I think it's like 60-40 when it comes to me having sociopathic traits or tendencies. I want to call my mom now and be like, I was just watching this thing. I was like taking sociopathic quizzes. I was thinking about my entire existence as a human being, and I'm like 95% for sure that like I have way too many traits of a sociopath that I may or may not be a sociopath. So yeah, I'm gonna go. This video is just me talking about being a sociopath.